Humphrey, and they call me the Fact Master, because I'll tell you all those things you never knew you didn't know. I'm faster than Google. Everything I tell you is from up here, and that is a fact. Now, if you consider the most famous buildings in the world, there's plenty of them. You might think of the Taj Mahal, the Empire State Building, the Tower of London. The list goes on, of course. But the one I'm going to talk to you about was built in Liverpool. I'm going to go back to 1907, when a company called the Royal Assurance Group realised they needed more space. Not only did they need more space, they needed somewhere that was purpose built for their needs and all their staff. So they called this guy in, a guy named Walter Thomas, and said to Walter, listen guy, we need a bigger building. Go and build us one. So off Walter went. And on the 11th of May 1908, the very first stone was laid on what would become one of the most famous buildings in the world. It stands on the Liverpool waterfront, and next to it there are two other buildings. There's the Cunard building and the Port of Liverpool building, but this one stands proud and loud. It is known across the world as the Liver Building, or to give it its full title, the Royal Liver Building. This thing, it's 322 feet tall. It was built with reinforced concrete, which was an incredible move at the time. There are 13 floors. On top of this magnificent structure, there are what's known as the two liver birds. And the liver birds and the building hold stories of truth, myth and legend. The birds were actually designed by a German named Karl Bartel. And what Karl did, he created these two liver birds, 18 feet tall, both of them, with a wingspan of 24 feet. He wants to make sure they could easily be seen from the ground, 322 feet below, and sure enough, you can see them all right. It said, the two birds, they've got names. There's Bella, who looks out to sea, because she's watching for the ships to come in, so she knows when the sailors are in town. And Bertie, the other bird, he is looking into town to see when the pubs are open. And the two liver birds have never met. They keep them back to back because they knew if they met, then they would mate. And that is a fact. So, below the birds are the famous clock faces of the Liver Building. And there's 4 of these clock faces, but there's only one on one tower which faces east inland, and on the other tower 3 clock faces faced north, south and west. The clock faces themselves are 25 feet in diameter, and one of these faces was used as a giant banquet table prior to being put in position, because they had themselves a party and they needed a pretty fancy table. So what better than a 25 foot wide diameter clock face? You can't make it up. Anyway, the clock faces are bigger than the clock face of Big Ben, and that is a fact. Now, the building opened in 1911. It had taken over 3 years to build, but it was 1911 on the 200th day of the year, which was the 19th of July. But the clocks themselves, well, they got them going before the building opened. In fact, They switched them on the 22nd of June that same year, and the reason they chose that day is because that was the day of King George V's coronation. So when it is coronation, the bells were chiming, except there are actually no bells inside these towers where the clocks are. Instead, it's all done electronically, so the chimes are electric. And that is a fact. The clocks are known as the George clocks because it was George V who had his coronation that day. See, there's a reason for everything. 13 floors, 322 feet, this magnificent Class 1 listed building on the waterfront of Liverpool is famous across the world. Now, I did say the birds had names. Bella, they say, was named after Isabella, Queen of King John, who made Liverpool a borough in 1207. Bertie, after King George V, because one of his names is Bertie, and that is a fact. Now, it's said if either of the liver birds were ever to fly away, Liverpool, the city, would cease to exist. But we all know that's not going to happen. The very fabric of the city surrounds the Liver building. In fact, it's part of it. You see an image of Liverpool, you'll always see in the background somewhere the Royal Liver building. If it ain't there, you're probably not looking at Liverpool, and that's a fact. So it was opened the 19th of July 1911 and is now 109 years old and looks magnificent for its age, and that is a fact. That's a quick story of one of the most famous structures in the world. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel, because I'll be back soon with some more facts for you, and that is a fact. So until then, take it easy and thanks for watching. See you soon. That's a fact.